Afia Business News stories from Africa and the rest of the world, which will come to you on Global Business. We'll also take a ride into issues affecting businesses in the southeastern part of Nigeria on the Eastern Business Report. And finally, activities and conversations from around the market will come to you on Afia. The Afia Business Morning takes center stage every weekday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. My name is Ubong Kings. Welcome to the Afia Business Morning.
The Afia Business Morning. Join me every weekday on the Afia Business Morning as we bring to you a trilogy of business segments. The opening bell, where we see activities from our selected stock exchanges. The Global Business, where we bring you up to speed on business activities, making the rounds all over the world. And DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17. The Afia Business Morning. Business. Unusual.
Trading on the floors of the Nigerian exchanges open today. The exchange in London opened an hour ago. The New York exchange is yet to open, while in China, opening bells went off at 2 a.m. local time. I want to welcome you to opening bell segment. And before we get into all the activities as far as our stock markets are concerned, we would like to bring you up to speed on business news stories making the rounds. And we'll start off from the continent. The economy, where it's reported that Morocco rail expansion gets $14 billion US dollars boost. Morocco has received $14 billion US dollars of investment offers for its master plan to upgrade rail links in the country. This is according to a statement by African Development Bank (AFDB) President Akinwumi Adesina, who made this known at the bank's flagship African Investment Forum last week, where the figure significantly exceeds the target of $8.8 billion set by the country's National Railways Office. And away from that to the global economy, it's reported that Royal Mail takeover bid gets UK stamp of approval. The sale of Royal Mail's parent company to Czech billionaire Daniel Krajewski, it has been approved by the UK government as a £3.6 billion takeover of International Distribution Services (IDS) was given a green light after Krajewski's EP Group agreed to a number of commitments and had agreed to take the takeover in May, where both sides have been awaiting UK government approval. Details of the stories and more will come to you on Global Business. And away from that, let's jump right onto the floors of our featured exchanges this morning. And I'd like to start on the floors of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, where the NGX All-Share Index has yesterday closed on a high again, rising by 0.13% to close at 100,050.94 points. And I'm interested to know that a total of 478,080,829 shares valued at 22,512,835,139 naira 71 kobo were traded across 9,578 deals with equity capitalization of 60,649,742,578,435 naira 96 kobo. Now we'll take a look at the biggest gainers and losers of the day. The biggest gain of the day was Wapik, which rose by 10%. Other gainers were the likes of Mercedes, Keverton, Lasaco, and Royal X. On the other hand, however, Kitik topped the losers list with a decline of 10%. Other losers were Tantalizer, Dark Communications, Orlando, and FT and Coco. We're going to quick break, and when we return, we'll be looking at activities from other selected exchanges. I'm talking about the likes of the New York Exchange, the London Exchange, the Chinese Exchange, which of course comprising the Shenzhen and Shanghai exchanges. All of that after this time out. The Afia Business Morning and indeed Open Bell. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. You're welcome back to the Afia Business Morning, and you were watching Opening Bell. And we've been moving on to the floors of other featured exchanges, and we're moving straight to the floors of the New York Stock Exchange this morning, where it's, well, all dips in index values across board. The NYC Composite DJ is down at 0.35%. The NYC US 100 index is also down at 0.30%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 0.55%. The S&P 500 index is down 0.36%. The NYC FANG TM index is down 0.97%. The Nasdaq Composite and the Nasdaq 100 are both down also at 0.39% and 0.44% respectively. Now, would that be the same order of events when we go to London? Well, yes, that's the answer. It's all dips as well at the London Stock Exchange this morning. The FTSE 100 is down with 0.51%. The FTSE 250, FTSE 350, FTSE All-Share Index all down at 0.87%, 0.57%, and 0.60% respectively. And now, well, it pretty much is the same order when we go to China, stopping off first at the exchange at Shenzhen, where it's also, interestingly too, all dips in index values across board. The Shenzhen Composite Index is down with 0.35%. The SZSE Composite Index down 1.72%. The Chinex Index down 0.02% as well. Now let's move on to the Shanghai Exchange, still in China, but here, that's a little, well, change here, because what we see here is mostly it's evenly distributed anyway in terms of rises and dips. The SSE Composite Index, the Star 50 Index, and the SSE 380 Index are all down at 0.73%, 0.82%, and 0.72% respectively. However, the SSE 50 Index, the SSE 180 Index, and the CSI 300 Index are up at 0.41%, 0.06%, and 0.26% respectively. We're going on another break, and when we return, we'll be looking at commodity prices as well as a consumer price watch in the open market. You may want to follow this program, join in on the conversation, watching live if you may, on our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel. Kindly tap in the search bar www.youtube.com/Afia Business, and while you're there, do what to hit the like button. Remember, you should subscribe so you get notifications on all business related content coming to you from Afia TV. We'll take this break, and when we come back, we'll be doing some more right here at the Afia Business Morning, and indeed, opening bell. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. My name is Ubon Kings.
I am Marvelous Apamaga.
I am Chioma Akbala.
My name is Ifunaya Ndule, but I'm living in our market speaking.
Glad to have you rejoin me. I am Ubon Kings. It's still the Afia Business Morning, and you are watching Opening Bell right here on Afia TV. It's time to check in on commodity prices, and we will begin with precious metals and this, downward movement for gold today. And incidentally, it's same for all precious metals this morning on the chart. Gold is down, silver is down, platinum is down, palladium is down at 0.50%, 0.59%, 0.43%, and 1.69%, respectively. Moving on, and let's take a look at what's happening as far as energy is concerned. Energy, we have mostly dips, except for coal, which is the only commodity that is up at 1.75%. However, natural gas and ethanol are both down 3.70% and 0.31%, respectively. And then also, oil Brent, oil Bonny Light are down at 1.50%. and 2.84% respectively, and then Brass River Kwaiba are also down with the same value of 0.19%. Now let's take a look at what's happening as far as industrial metals are concerned. Industrial metals, we see have mostly dips in index values across the board, except for lead, iron ore, and copper, which are up at 0.33%. 0.09% and 0.39% respectively. However, aluminum is down at 1.13%. Nickel, zinc, and tin are also down at 0.85%, 0.71%, and 1.02% respectively. You're still watching the Afia Business Morning. This indeed is the Opening Bell segment. Do well to follow this program. Join in on the conversation and watching live, if you may, on our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel. Kindly tap in the search bar www.youtube.com/Afia Business. And while you're there, do well to hit the like button. Remember, you should subscribe so you get notifications on all business-related content coming to you from Afia TV. And up next, we're going to be taking a look at the hikes and prices of food commodities in the open market, as well as the hikes in fuel prices. On that note, I'll see you tomorrow on the Opening Bell when the exchanges reopen for trading. The Afia Business Morning will be right back with a segment, Global Business. My name is Ubon Kings. Good morning.
Stand a chance to win an early Christmas surprise this year on the Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas Special. How to win? Watch the Afia Morning Show on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17 or on YouTube at Afia News and on Facebook at Afia TV. Listen closely to the anchors, guests and correspondents. Watch out for the question of the day. Locate the live stream of the Afia Morning Show on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@Afia News. Be the first to share your answer to the question in the comment section on YouTube. The winner will be announced during the next day's broadcast. The Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas Special lasts from Friday the 12th of December 2024 to Tuesday the 24th of December 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Proudly supported by
Join me every weekday on the Afia Business Morning as we bring to you a trilogy of business segments. The opening bell where we see activities from our select stock exchanges. The global business where we bring you up to speed on business activities, making the rounds all over the world. And we bring the conversation home.
Now, Royal Mail takeover bid gets UK stamp of approval. And still from the foreign scene, Honeywell considers speeding off aerospace business. We'll bring you details of this stories and more right after this time out. Stay tuned. You're watching Global Business right here on the Afia Business Morning, and we will begin with stories from Africa, where it's reported that Morocco has received $14 billion of investment offers for its master plan to upgrade rail links in the country. This is according to a statement by African Development Bank AFDB President Akinwumi Adesina, who made this known at the bank's flagship African Investment Forum last week, where the figure significantly exceeds the target of $8.8 billion set by the country's National Railway Office. The AFDB itself has signed off on a $350 million loan to Morocco for infrastructure projects at the forum, where the bank is also considering loaning $650 million to help the country strengthen its infrastructure ahead of the 2030 FIFA World Cup, which Morocco will co-host with Spain and Portugal. Meanwhile, the loan will help boost economic governance, improve water supplies, and establish an industrialized zone in the Nado West Med Port, as Morocco is seeking to significantly expand its rail network to 3,800 kilometers by 2040, up from around 2,200 kilometers today. Now, a few things jump at me in this story and pretty much intrigues me. And you could see that in the last paragraph of the story, which I will try to paraphrase or maybe even rephrase. It had it that Morocco received or has received $14 billion from the African Development Bank, according to a statement by the President Akinwumi Adesina at the bank's flagship African Investment Forum. Now, this loan is expected to help boost economic governance, improve water supplies, and establish an industrial zone in the Nado West Med Port. Now, this is because Morocco is deliberately and significantly seeking to expand its rail network to 3,800 kilometers by 2040, up from around about 2,200 kilometers today. Let me just share a fun fact with you. Morocco is not even one of the first 10 African countries with the largest rail services in Africa. Let that sink in. Yet they boast of technological advances in the rail sector that Nigeria can only dream of. Are you also aware that Morocco has Al Borak, which is a high-speed rail service, and it is Africa's fastest train, reaching speeds of up to 320 kilometers per hour, which is about an equivalent of 199 miles per hour. Now, by the way, it is actually named Al-Barak, is actually named after a mythical creature that transported the Islamic prophets, just so you understand, Islamic nation, so you can understand that. Now, there are also classic trains, pretty much what the ones we're used to here in Nigeria. And then there's also the Morocco's National Railway Company, which offers economy and first class seating. Now, the first class seats include, listen to this, air conditioning, Wi-Fi, extra leg room, power outlets, so in case your phone goes down, you can plug it and charge your phone right there in the train, and comfortable seats with tables. In other words, it's more like having home away from home. The only difference is this home is taking you to your home. You get the point? Now, the question I want to ask really, how well has Nigeria, how is our own here in Nigeria? Really, because you recall some few days ago, about 2 days ago, the federal government was lamenting that there's a reduction in, so to speak, in patronage or rail services in Nigeria, a huge reduction. Anyway, I'll say no more and rest my case on this. Moving on to other stories, business news stories, and related to aerospace in a way. It's reported that Honeywell, a multinational conglomerate corporation, has said it is considering separating its high-margin aerospace business, which is a move backed and supported by activist investor Elliott Investment Management, which has been pushing for the company's breakup. The company, which is one of the last surviving U.S. conglomerates, has been on a deal-making spree this year under CEO Vimal Kapur, as it focuses on automation, aviation, and energy business while shedding segments that do not align with its plans. However, the company's shares underperformed this year, attracting the attention of Elliott, which has taken a more than $5 billion stake in the company and pushed for the separation of its aerospace and automation business. Now, let's look at something for sake of context and to make things a little clear. Now, Honeywell International Incorporated is first and foremost an American publicly traded multinational conglomerate corporation headquartered in Charlotte in North Carolina. Now, it primarily operates in 4 areas of businesses that includes aerospace, building automation, performance materials and technologies, and of course safety and productivity solutions. May it stress you to know that. Meanwhile, the corporation's current name, Honeywell International Incorporated, is a product of a merger of Honeywell Incorporated and Elliott Signal back in 1999. Now let's get back to the story. Are you also aware that investors appear to be excited, happy if you may, over the potential move, as it were, to separate the aerospace business from the automation business? Now you want to ask yourself, wow, they're excited. Well, the need for this split was further emphasized, especially in the wake of similar breakups by American heavyweights, the likes of General Electric, 3M, and DuPont. Now, this is further emphasized in the reality that Elliott has amassed a $5 billion stake in Honeywell. Now, not willing to lose that much investment, they are pushing for a more streamlined structure, and hopefully they get it, because the truth of the matter is that much investment, $5 million, billion, I beg your pardon, is no joke. You're still watching Global Business right here on the Afia Business Morning on Afia TV. Kindly join in on the conversation, and you can watch it live right now, as it were, on our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel. Kindly type in the search bar www.youtube.com/Afia Business, and while you're there, do well to hit the like button. Remember, you can subscribe so you get notifications on all business-related content coming to you from Afia TV. Up next will be more business news stories, still from the world of aerospace, possibly, and the rest of the world after this time out. Stay tuned. You're welcome back to the Afia Business Morning right here on Afia TV, and you are watching Global Business. Now to the rest of our stories. And well, still from more stories from the world of aerospace, it's reported that, well, the state-run Israel Aerospace Industries is ready for an initial public offering in Tel Aviv, but awaits the go-ahead from the government. This was stated by the IAI Chief Executive Boaz Levy as Ministerial Privatization Committee in November 2020 had approved a plan where Israel could sell up to 49% of IAI, the country's largest defense firm, on the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange, bringing in billions of shekels. Although he stated that according to the government's decision that has largely been approved, there will be an IPO of a majority stake in IAI as soon as the Finance Defense Ministry reach a decision that it is time to do it. Those ministries declined to comment, however. Meanwhile, over the first 9 months of 2024, IAI posted a record profit of $416 million, up 74% on year, where the sales rose 13% to $4.4 billion amid a rise in the country's multi-front military conflicts, while IAI's backlog of orders grew by more than $7 billion over the past year to $25 billion at the end of September. Now, for the sake of context, guys, let's put this in context. Now, Israel has a functional defense ministry or system that not just defends them, but literally has firms under it that produce weapons for sale. Yeah, you heard me. Interestingly, too, over the first 9 months of 2024, IAI, which happens to be Israel's aerospace industries, the country's, that's Israel's largest defense firm, posted a record profit. Listen to me, I'm not saying posted a record revenue. Record profit of $416 million, which was up 74% on the year, where the sales rose by 13% to $4.4 billion. Now, this increase in sales is amid a rise in the country's multi-front military conflicts. See where this is going? You're fighting several military conflicts in several fronts, yet you're still making money from weaponry. Interestingly, too, IAI's backlog of orders grew by more than $7 billion over the past year to $25 billion at the end of September. Now, I cannot wrap my head around the fact that a country is in multi-front military conflicts, yet its largest defense firm, IAI, which happens to be, of course, Israel Aerospace Industries, which is recording a profit of $416 million, which is up by 74% in the year. Now, the natural assumption would be that they are pretty much profiting from this multi-front military conflicts. I could be wrong, but what do you think? You could drop off a comment or two, but then we'll see how this pans out eventually. And in an attempt to end this bulletin, let's tell you that the sale of Royal Mail's parent company to Czech billionaire Daniel Kretinsky has been approved by the UK government as the £3.6 billion takeover international distribution service, IDS, was given the green light after Kretinsky's EP Group agreed to a number of commitments. Another agreed to the takeover in May, where both sides have been awaiting UK government approval. Specifically, the government will retain a golden share, where it will be able to block major changes to Royal Mail's ownership, headquarters, location, and tax residency if it ever deems it necessary to do so. However, other conditions require that Royal Mail continue the universal service obligation for at least 5 years, thereby delivering first-class letters 6 days a week for a fixed price, as EP Group must also keep Royal Mail headquarters and tax residency in the UK for the next 5 years, and recognize relevant postal workers' unions and maintain Royal Mail's current ownership for at least another 3 years. Now, let me try to break this down very quickly for the sake of emphasis. I see something quite striking here, if you ask me. I see a deliberate drive towards protecting workers' welfare and unionism, if you may, by recognizing relevant postal workers' unions, which was one of the key things that was asked the company taking over Royal Mail. amongst other criteria, however. Anyway, Reuters tells us more on the UK clearing Czech billionaire Daniel Kretinsky to buy Royal Mail. Let's take a look.
The British government approved a multi-million-dollar takeover of the country's iconic postal service Royal Mail on Monday. EP Group, owned by Czech billionaire Daniel Kretinsky, has bid $4.5 billion for International Distribution Services, or IDS, which is Royal Mail's parent. IDS agreed to a takeover for EP Group in May, but the deal has been under review by Britain since August. The government said it closely looked at it due to the national importance of the service. Business Secretary Jonathan Reynolds said EP Group had committed to protect Royal Mail's postal network. He also said he'd secured a so-called golden share. That ensures its headquarters stay in Britain and the firm continues to pay UK taxes. He further said the deal provided a secure future to thousands of workers and customers and ensures a financially stable Royal Mail. EP also announced it had reached agreements in principle with Royal Mail's unions. Kretinsky pledged to be a long-term and committed investor. He said EP Group was on a mission to make Royal Mail a successful modern postal operator. Royal Mail was privatised in 2013 in a massive state sell-off. EP said it expects the deal to complete in the first quarter of next year.
We'll follow up with this story as well as other stories as they unfold and keep you in the loop, just so you know what's happening. And talking about keeping you in the loop, you want to get to our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel to watch him live and drop a comment or two. Kindly type in the search bar www.youtube.com/Afia Business, and while you're there, do hit the like button. Remember, you should subscribe so you get notifications on all business related content coming to you from Afia TV. And you're still watching the Afia Business Morning right here on Afia TV. Coming up next, we'll be taking a look at a particular conversation that has to do with power and the Nigerian system on the Eastern Business Report. So stay tuned. The Afia Business Morning, we'll be right back. My name is Ubong Kings. Stay tuned. name is Ubon Kings.
I am Marvelous Akwamaga.
I am Chioma Okpala.
My name na Ifunaya Ndule, but I'm living in market speaking.
Chance to win an early Christmas surprise this year on the Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas Special. How to win? Watch the Afia Morning Show on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17 or on YouTube at Afia News and on Facebook at Afia TV. Listen closely to the anchors, guests and correspondents. Watch out for the question of the day. Locate the live stream of the Afia Morning Show on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@Afia News. Be the first to share your answer to the question in the comment section on YouTube. The winner will be announced during the next day's broadcast. The Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas Special lasts from Friday the 12th of December 2024 to Tuesday the 24th of December 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Proudly supported by